Gamers, it's time to go to the movies and review Dream Factory. Let's check it out. To set up the game, what you're going to do is you're going to put all these little trophies out here where it shows it on the box. I'm just turning these down so you can see, face down so you can see them. And then you're going to put out these little tokens. You're going to draw them from a bag, and you're going to put out as many as they are on the board. So it says 3 here, I put out 3 here, 2 here, and so on and so forth. Now when it says party, you're going to put out as many tokens as there are players, and you're going to keep them face down in the game. So in this game, this is set up for a 4-player game. That's why I have 4 face down tokens in there. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going around the board bidding for each section of the film thing. You're trying to make some movies. So what you're going to do is you're going to get this little player screen of your choice. Once you pick it, you're going to look and see what studio you are. And then out of all the films to choose from, you're going to pick the ones that are coming from your studio. So for instance, that's Studio 3. So Studio 3 has these 3. They have a drama, an action, and a comedy. They have Slumbug Billionaire, Kitchen Wars, The Search for Spoons, and then my favorite, Barris Fueller's Day at Work. Oh yeah. Now, as you see, they have different emblems on them. So let me just show you real quick what these mean. These are the tokens that you need to get to complete this movie. So for instance, this one says a director, a supporting actor, an action scene, filmography. It has to have good filmography. You got to get a good cameraman. And then you need a star. And all of them require stars. Of course, some require different things. This one requires music. This one didn't require good music. This one does. This one has a blank space. What does that mean? That means you can basically put anything in there, whatever you want to. And as you see, this one, ooh, it requires a lot of that, almost all of the above there. So each one of these movies require different things. And like I said, there's a billion here to choose from in the game. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to complete all 3 of these movies in each round. Now each player is going to get some little money tokens. These are $1 million tokens here. They're nice little hard cardboard chips here. And you're going to get 10,000 in a 4-player game, or I'm sorry, 5-player game, and 12,000 in a 4-player game. And then of course the first player is going to get the popcorn, and you're going to pass the popcorn to the next first player after you're done. And first player, all they get to do is do the opening bid. So it would change every round. So the first thing you do is you take one of these big-time directors. You see these director's chairs? These are the big-time directors. You have small-time directors here that are worth anywhere from 3 stars to no stars. And I'll tell you what the purpose of the stars are in a minute. But these are all 4-star directors. So we have kind of like they just have play on words there, but there's like a Woody Allen, Steven Spielberg, Peter Jackson, Martin Scorsese. You're going to shuffle these up. You're not going to have the same 3 in a game because there's 4 of them. And you're going to reveal the first one. Now this is the only time you can get a 4-star director to direct your movie. So then the opening player, the player with the popcorn, will start the bid. They can start the bid as low as 0 if they want to, because maybe they don't have any money. Either way, she keeps going around until someone finally decides to pay the most for it. Now whenever they pay the most money, they have to distribute it among the other players. And starting with the player with the popcorn. Now if the player with the popcorn won the bid, then they would start to the person on their left who they would pass it to next. Now after that, that person is going to pass the popcorn to the next player, and the bidding will start for this one. So everyone will bid, and the winner will get all 3 of these. Now during it, behind your little player screen here, you might want to slowly start putting them out down on your film strips to see if you can complete that certain movie. If you do have one completed, you complete it at any time, and how to score it is these little film reels here. Now how would you score it? It would be according to the number of stars. The number of stars, including the stars right here, would determine what type of reel you would pick up. And as you see, some of these have plus signs on it. The numbers 8 through 14, because those are the most common numbers you can score. So if it has a plus sign from it, that means you were the first player to get to there. Now that may help you out in a tiebreaker if you have the plus sign and someone else has the 8. And we have to figure out certain scoring, which I'll talk about in a minute. So anyway, you would pick up that film reel, and then that would be some points you would use at the end of the game. Now, one of the specific things that's unique here is party. When you get to party, it doesn't matter who has the popcorn first, because they're going to hold off on the popcorn here, because party means whoever has the most stars collected behind their player shield, they'll count the number of stars. Whoever has the most one will pick first, second most will pick second, and so on and so forth. So for instance, let's say these four were here, and we were the blue player, we get to pick which one we want. Well, we really need a star, so we're going to pick this person. The next person goes with the second highest stars. They're going to pick this stunt double, and then the third, and then the fourth gets stuck with that. Now, if there are tokens that you really don't need anymore for your movie, oh well, they're not going to help you, but you're stuck with them. Anyway, then from there you go around here and do it again. Of course, here's another party where you would decide, who had the most stars at this point too. Again, you do not pass the popcorn if it's on a party square, because there's no bidding going on at those two rounds. Now, after this board is clear, you will see who had the highest ranked movie. Whoever had the best movie for that round, or the highest point movie here, they get this trophy, which is worth 5 points at the end of the game. And of course, as you see, there's little 5-point trophies for each round. And so again, if two players made 8, well, the person who had the 8 plus, they would get that trophy. So that's what I mean by tiebreakers with the plus signs there. But you would see who scored the highest movie that round, and that person would get an extra 5 points for the end of the game. Now, also in addition to that, whoever made the first type of movie, whether it be comedy or action or drama, they would automatically get an additional 5 points for making the first one of that genre. So now, after it's done, you're going to redistribute all the tokens back out, just drawing them from the bag here, and then you're going to play again and keep going like that for 2 more turns. Now, at the end of the third turn, what you're going to do is you're going to now tally up all your movie points, all your movie reels. Those count as points. But you're also going to see who had the best comedy, drama, and action movie out of all of you. Who had the biggest scoring comedy, action, or drama? Because whoever did, they're going to receive one of these trophies, which are worth 10 points each. And as you see, they're color-coded for each movie genre. Then you're also going to see who had the best movie over them all, and they're going to get another 10 points. If they scored the highest ranked the one with the most stars on it would be the most points, they would get 10. Now, we have the Raspberry Award here, meaning who got the lowest scoring. And like I said, some of these have 0. They have no stars on them. Look, who would want these? Well, you know what? Someone who's making a movie and they want it to fail would definitely get these, and they would get the Razzie Award, which would give them 10 points. And that's why you have ones like 0, 1, 2, and 3 on the board. Now, what would happen if a player had gotten 16, they took this one, and then the next player got 16? What would they do? Well, they would have to take the next one available underneath that one, so they would get 15. Even though they made another 16-pointer, because someone else scored 16 first, they would get 15. That's why it's important to put your movie out as early as you can. Now, at the end of the 3 rounds, of course, you would add up all your reels, add up your trophies, and add up any remaining dollars that you have left over. They're worth 1 point each, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? Well, you know what? I thought I reviewed this. I've had this game for almost a year now. I got this after playing it at BGG-Con last year, loved it, went out and got it. I mean, how many movie-themed games are out there? I don't know, but this is the best one, folks. I even put this on my top 100, and I never reviewed it? What? I was shocked when I looked up, because this past weekend I tried to play it, and I wanted to get a refresher, so I looked at my video, and it wasn't there. I was like, wait a minute. I could have sworn I made this video already. Oh well, here it is. Great game. Lots of fun. It's almost like it borders on a party game even, because you're having fun making your own movies. They've got funny names. They kind of switch around the names for the characters, the actors, and that's the directors, and that's fine. But then making your own movie is kind of really fun too. Going for the 0, the low scoring movie is really good, because you want that raspberry. But actually, there's a lot of strategy here too. I found out when we played a 5-player game the other night. I scored only 1 movie, and it was the biggest movie of the night. Now, I was the only one who scored a movie that round, so I got 5 extra points. And then when it came to the ending ceremony, I won the highest in that genre, and then I won the highest overall. And that automatically gave me 25 points. And I was not winning any bids, and the bids that were available, I didn't want to win because they were none of the tokens that I needed to complete my movies. So I ended up with tons of money, which each $1 million counts as an extra point. And so I ended up winning the game by only making one huge movie. Now you get your points the more movies you make. Don't think about cash as piddly points. You know, you can have $10. That's great. That's 10 extra points. But so-and-so made a $13 million movie. They got the coin 13. That beat all of your money there. So money doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters a little bit, but it doesn't matter that much. Making the movies is where you get those points. And thankfully, I made the biggest movie and got all the awards. Also, when you choose to make that movie makes a big difference too, okay? So when you get those rewards, has anyone made a movie this round? Well, you know what? It's not going to be the perfect movie, but I want those extra 5 points, because if you don't score a movie, if no one scores a movie that round, that 5-point trophy goes away. Sometimes you want to get that movie together because you're like, I want to be the first one to get that trophy to get an additional 5 points. There's a million ways to get different points in the game, and it is a lot of fun. In fact, the more I play it, the more I like it. So should you get it? Yes, but if you get it, there's another version called Hollywood Blockbuster. It's the same thing, doesn't look quite as nice. I think the tokens are black and white, but it's a whole heck of a lot cheaper than Dream Factory, and it's basically the same game. So, the Hollywood Blockbuster, I think is what it's called. Anyway, get that one. That's well worth your time. All right, gamers, that's all for now. So until next time, cut, print, let's go.